if there's one thing that we really should understand by now, it is surely that health is wealth. So I think that's something that it can take people a long time to realise, you know. So I think anything that makes people realise that sooner has got to be a good thing. And often it does take, you know, your health to be endangered in some way before people actually, you know, realise and wake up to the truth that, of course, health is wealth. Because if you haven't got your health, you know, there's not much you can really do, is there? So, you know, it's no good being surrounded by loads of money. And a lot of old people realise this, don't they? You know, not all old people, but there's some very wealthy older people, but there's not much they can really do with their wealth if their health isn't up to it. So don't put off all of your dreams until you're retired, because, you know, you might not be able to manage to do a lot of those things. So it's, as I've said before, getting the balance. You know, of course, you do need to make a living, but if what you're doing for a living is really affecting your health, either through, you know, maybe being sat still all the time on a computer, which isn't good, is it, to be so kind of sedentary, or if it's stress or, you know, anything like that, you know, targets, pressure, you know, you might want to rethink your kind of life choices, because yeah, it can take something dramatic for a lot of people to come to that realization that everyone really should already know. And it's nice to see so many people looking after their health, you know, jogging, lots of people jogging who normally would be down the pub and they're all there jogging away. It's kind of amusing, but it's nice to see, you know, and people actually prioritising their health over everything else, which is really how it should be. And not just physical health, but also mental health, which, you know, we've said before is very connected, you know. So you've really got to be looking after both of those things. And I think, you know, life is basically, you know, a survival of the fittest, the mentally fittest and the physically fittest, you know. So it all goes together. So you really do need to look after both sides of your health. And yeah, you know, often they do say that doing exercise is actually good for your mental health anyway. I know it's hard when you're feeling depressed to get yourself into the mood to do something, but it's important to try and get yourself going. And obviously eat as healthy as you can. Eat lots of fruit and vegetables, get your vitamins, and anything that boosts your immune system. So all those kind of superfoods that we know about, you know, like blueberries and strawberries and green tea and spinach, and there's loads of superfoods, you know. There's loads of people out there who can tell you what they are, but the more superfoods you're putting in, the better. And some people will tell you to take vitamins, but I think actually I read somewhere, and it makes sense, that it's always better if you can to have it from the real thing, not from a little tablet in a little plastic casing, you know. So always try and have a good diet whenever possible, because yeah, you are what you eat. And if you've got a good immune system, then whatever, you know, things come your way, whatever germs, whatever viruses, you know, you will just be able to, boom, fight them off. And that's surely the best thing, is to just have a super immune system. And what I say to myself every day is that I am very, very healthy, and therefore very, very wealthy. And an affirmation is something you're putting into your mind. So yeah, if you kind of repeat that over and over, I am very healthy and therefore very, very wealthy. I am very healthy and I am very, very wealthy. And, you know, these things do go into your subconscious brain. And I think people who believe they have a good immune system, they therefore do, you know. So it's all kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy again, you know. And yeah, I've been in situations where I've been around people who are really getting ill, you know, getting tummy bugs, just like dropping like flies, you know, and I've been around them and totally, you know, been in close contact with them, but yet I've not got any symptoms and I've not got ill. So clearly, you know, some people just are immune to things, and if you've got a good immune system, like I say, you're just naturally going to be able to sail through whatever life throws at you, and yeah, let it all bounce off you, whatever they want to throw at you. Because, you know, people talk about vaccines, but ultimately they have to predict what type of virus is going to, you know, be coming next. So the only way a vaccine works is if they know exactly what's coming, and they in reality can't know that, can they? Because if it is a natural thing, as we know about viruses, they mutate, they change, because they are trying to survive. You know, they are the same as us, they're trying to survive, so they evolve, they mutate. So really, I don't see the point in having a vaccine.